Welcome to my podcast, guys. If you are here to work on your relationship with your child, then you are for sure in the right space, because you will always have to work on your relationship with yourself. And this is what I offer here on my podcast. So if you listen to my podcast and hear things that are not obviously related to your son, listen on, because whatever you improve in your relationship with yourself will automatically improve all of your relationships, including with your son. So welcome and enjoy. Hey guys, how are you all doing? I am doing so well, even though this week I have my back is hurting, so I have to go to chiro. Yes, so all of my life I felt like, the young people, and I always thought, this is the old people that go and have back problems. And here I am, I'm 37, I'm that person. So it's really funny. And actually, a part of that story is I really believe in affirmations on Louise Hay's work, where she connects like the physical ailments to our beliefs, like thoughts that we believe about ourselves. So I'm like a huge believer in this thought work and curing the reason for the pain and not the symptoms. So I have all her books and I've written affirmations and I'm repeating them and everything because I'm trying to change the beliefs that cause the pain. And one of the beliefs is I trust the process of life. Okay. So, and then my husband's been telling me, he's like, well, you can go see chiro, you can go see physio, you can have Advil for inflammation. Like, what do you want to do? And Monday goes by, I'm all in pain. I do nothing. I just do some exercises. I give myself rest and I keep doing affirmations. Tuesday goes by, I do the same thing and it's still hurting. The exercises give it some relief, but it's not really improving that much. Wednesday comes around and today, and I have this little epiphany thinking, so if I trust the process of life, or I trust life to take care of me, then maybe life is taking care of me, and it could be taking care of me through Doug and telling me, go try it out, go try chiro, go try physio, try something, right? But because I'm so stubborn and I want to cure it myself with these only by thought work, I'm not really achieving the results, and I'm being stubborn, and I'm not accepting life's help. So I had a little laugh with myself and thought, okay, fine, maybe life is taking care of me, and usually Doug is right. That's why I thought, maybe Doug is right. Maybe I should try it out. So see, affirmations work. I trust the process of life. I trust that life takes care of me. And Doug brought me a solution to try. My work might not work, and I'm going to try it. So life is taking care of me. So I love it. So it can kind of work together, right? It doesn't have to be one or the other. That's what I have to keep reminding myself. Everything works together. So that's my week, but I am learning so much. And actually, that's what I want to talk to you about today, is this idea that I noticed, that we don't have good tolerance for being tired. And what happens when we were not good at being tired, we can be frustrated with being tired or not having enough energy or having some pain. We are more likely to argue with someone or to snap at someone, at our kids or our husband. We're just more likely to get into a fight, right? Because we already are fighting how we're feeling. We already are frustrated. So when we already are frustrated about how we feel, anyone come at us with something that we don't like, and it's just so much more likely to happen, right? So I want to address all the ways that you are more likely to fight with others and help you avoid that and be aware of it and be in control of what you can control. So I've been really fascinated by how resistant I have been to not feeling energetic, to not feeling good. I've been resisting being tired, and And I've been really like wondering why. And I mean, I have a lot of theories about it. I think a lot of it has to do with how we were wired when we were children. We developed this coping skill. When we had to do something, when we had to be at school and we were tired, we would develop some mechanism to keep going, right? To give us a little energy boost, right? As little children, as I see my little children, they just express all their emotion. It just flows out and they keep going. But as we grow, we can't just like burst out in tears anywhere we go. So we start finding different ways to get a little energy boost or get distracted or escape our emotion or suppress it, avoid it in any way we can if we're feeling tired or like some sort of discomfort or pain. And for a lot of people, it's food. For me, it has been food most of my life. And now that I have separated food from emotion and I really see the difference between emotional eating and just eating for fuel, I have a lot of physical emotion or physical sensation, and that like is sometimes tiredness or pain. And so I have a chance to really see how do I react to it. And I remember that I used to, I think a lot of us do that, right? We associate alcohol with some sort of a treat at the end of the day, or, I had a bad day, I had a hard day, we have a glass of wine. Food was a big one for me. I would have an energy dip in the afternoon and I would have a snack and a coffee. And that would give me a little boost, but really, as I grew my awareness, it really robbed me of the energy because that's not what I was wanting. That's not what my body was wanting. And so as I was like thinking about this episode, basically my one message to you is to practice being tired in a useful way. Okay. So, if we're feeling tired and we want to feel a boost and we have a snack, we might avoid feeling tired and get a little sugar boost and feel a little better. But the net negative result is that we have a little extra weight on our body. Okay. And if we avoided being tired and grumpy, but we have this result in our life that we don't really want, the extra weight on our body. And so this might cause us to be frustrated with our life because we're not living the life that we want, right? We're like a little frustrated that we're a little overweight and we keep eating something that we don't want to be eating. Right? Like I don't want to be snacking, but I do. And so you're frustrated again. And this frustration with your own life will somehow show up in your relationship with others, with your son, with your husband, with any of your children, with your parents, because you are not living the life that you want, right? So that's one way it can impact your relationships. Right? If you already are not happy with your life, then you're not in a good shape to show up in a loving way for others. Another way is if you're not good at being tired and let's say you don't eat anything, you don't drink anything because you can't at that moment, let's say, then you can be frustrated. You're like, why am I tired? You might not be even like a conscious dialogue in your head, but you might just be frustrated that you don't feel like doing this right now, taking care of your kids. You don't feel energetic, right? It might just show up as a lack of like a livelihood, or just you don't feel like doing it, right? So you are tired, right? So then if you're frustrated with that, like there's two layers. You can be physically tired, and then on top of that, you could be frustrated about that. You could be not happy that you're tired, and then that can lead to an argument or to a fight or to you just being snappy, just being short with your children. And my goal here is to talk about it so you're aware that that's going on. And you can notice it, you can learn, you can study how do you react to yourself when you're tired? What do you do? Like, well, it's so fascinating. We don't like feeling negative emotion or feeling tired, and we try to escape it. We try to watch something to distract ourselves, eat something, drink something, to complain about it. Even complaining about it feels better than actually just sitting there and being tired. And in my head, I was trying to compare this natural feeling of tiredness, right? When we're low on energy, to feeling hungry. When we feel hungry, it's a useful feeling for us because it tells us that we need to go find some food because that's what we need to survive. And tiredness, I believe, it makes perfect sense to me that to survive, we need to conserve energy, right? That's how our brains are wired. And we need food, conserve energy, and seek pleasure. And when you're tired, basically your body's sending you a signal that I'm tired, I need to conserve energy. And what's pleasurable is to rest. And that will refuel you, recharge you, right? And so that is a message that the body's sending to us, and how we react to it will determine how you experience your tiredness. And if you're anything like me, you might not even know right now how you're reacting to tiredness. I mean, I wasn't for the longest time, and it took me I had to give up alcohol. I had to eat clean to then strip it all away to really see what was left, to then realize, okay, so when I'm tired, I'm seeking comfort. What gives me comfort? And it is a very strong connection, or I should say, it was a very strong connection in my head between tiredness and food. And I am working to separate the two and see what it is and give myself comfort without food, because I don't want to be overweight. I don't like that result. And I don't think food actually gives me comfort. If I'm trying to eat for comfort, it's never enough. I want more. I want richer food, sweeter food, whatever, right? So it's not actually the food that's giving me comfort. It's a distraction. It's takes me out of my body and makes me focus on something else. It makes me focus on my full stomach, makes me focus on the guilt, makes me focus on the overweight, and distracts me from feeling tired. So I invite you to practice being tired, and instead of doing something, do. I think another way we escape our tiredness is by doing, because it's also distracting, right? We can and we feel restless and we feel tired, and we to sit there and do nothing feels very uncomfortable for us, because that leaves us one-on-one with how we're feeling. And we don't want that. That feels terrible. So we start doing, clean, control, talk, complain, and whatever, anything, right? So what would it feel like for you to just sit there and allow the feeling of tiredness be there, and for you to be at peace with it? It's a practice. It's for sure a practice that we can practice and exercise like a muscle. And I want to encourage you to do that without a glass of wine. You can have it later. I'm not judging you. I fully support whatever you're doing. I don't know what's right for you. Just so you know, right? I'm just saying that if you practice feeling tired or feeling discomfort, you will be a lot more in control of your life. You'll just be a lot more conscious, and maybe you don't want to have a glass of wine every time you're tired. Maybe you want to have a glass of wine on weekends and special occasions and whatever, right? You don't want to be dependent on wine to feel better every night, right? Maybe you don't want to set that example for your kids. That was me. That was for sure me. I would have a glass of wine every night, and then it would turn to 2 glasses, and then I would stop at 2, but then the huge wave of tiredness would hit me right after wine wore off, right when I have to put the kids to bed. So sleepy and tired. And now I was kind of grumpy, and now I have to put the kids to bed. And I didn't want to be drinking wine in front of my kids every night. I don't think that's a healthy habit for me to set up for my kids. So I did the work, and I don't drink now, and I don't miss it. I don't think about it. I think it makes my life so much better not to have it in my life. But that's a personal choice. That's totally on the side. No, right? What I was meaning to say is that you will have you will have access to your choices that you want if you're capable of just being tired, of not running away from it, not eating your way out of it, not doing your way out of it. Actually just sit there and let your body recharge. And my mom is a good example of it. I think I've seen her do this, and she looks tired, but she would just sit there and allow the tiredness. And I'm just guessing, but I know her, and I think she does practice doing that, just sitting there. When she's taking care of the kids, babysitting or something, I would see that she's tired, but she's at peace. She's not making herself do anything. She's not going to, sometimes she does have a coffee, but I've seen her for sure just sit there and allow her body to be tired and recharge. And I practice that too, and it's amazing how powerful it can be to just sit there and allow it, because I do believe that we connect with the source, the energy source that we are part of, and we recharge. Even without a power nap, you can recharge. So this is what I want to leave you with: is practice being tired, practice feeling uncomfortable, discomfort. If you have some sort of mild pain, definitely seek help, right? Like I'm going to see a chiro today. But if it's something like tiredness or discomfort, if you get really good at allowing it and feeling it, that you will be a lot better at being at peace with your kids. If you practice being at peace with your tiredness, then it's really the same thing with your children, right? You have more conscious control over it. And that's what I have for you from my week of exploration of back pain and tiredness and having no energy for 2 days. But I do love studying this stuff, and I want to share with you, and I hope this helps. So you can be tired and angry and frustrated, or you can be tired and at peace. And which one is more likely to help you recharge? Okay, my friends, I love you so much. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.